Warning: this video may contain vulgar language and adult content. If you are easily offended or are susceptible to events pertaining to death, gore, family troubles, or other potential threats, then know that viewer discretion is advised. Please be safe when viewing and stop the video if you need to. Safety is far more important to us than entertainment, so please enjoy your time here with us as we explore this fantasy world. Hello everyone. Welcome back to DoubleTime. It's been a while with the end of the last arc and some other recent events. We wanted to just kind of take a break and establish some good downtime. So,
yeah, it's been quite a while.
It's been about like 4 weeks, I think. 3 weeks. 4 weeks. Because we had to record, and then I had to edit.
Long enough that I don't remember what happened last time.
Well, then let me do a recap for you. But before we do, if any of you are interested in any tabletop RPGs, then you should check out RPGLeague at their website, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, because they do reviews on all sorts of different tabletop RPGs. They also do host on their website a number of different content creators, product creators, the like. So check them out on their website at www.rpgleague.com, so that way you can keep up to date with any new kind of tabletop RPGs that might be coming out. So where we last left off is the pair Anna and Jester spoke with the Anna and Jester that they had just met, the duo in separate bodies, where they learned that they were the Watchers from Yggdrasil that were meant to pay attention to the plane of the material plane. While standing in awe and confused, they didn't necessarily have a plan of action to prevent the coming of Strahd's actions, as what seemed to be true was everything that the one man, the one in the red hood, had told us, except that he himself planned on protecting this plane. Instead, he had selfish actions and selfish decisions. With that, the pair flew off after meeting up with a man that they had once again known before, and his trusted ally, Greywing. Corwin, was it?
Yep.
And they sailed to the city of something. They sailed to a city where they took ferry to get to the city that they borrowed the very large crystal from. That's pretty much where we last left off. Also, Anna had attuned to not only her own spell book, but also the recently deceased heiress's spell tome, due to having what seemed to be two souls bound to the same body. A magical phenomenon that many don't know about. So, it's a different change. We traveled back with the same woman who helped attune it, though she had her own plans of actually going. And that's where we last left off. So, let me get my timer out, because I'm going to remember it. I'm more organized because I have an office space now. That's how I'm organized, yes. Don't question it. All right. So, Jester.
Okay.
You come into consciousness on a swaying motion. You're on what seems to be a ship, and you've been paying attention to what Hannah's been seeing and doing, so you know that you are currently sailing to the city that you borrowed the large crystal from. It currently is escaping my mind, but I will remember it shortly. Currently sitting next to you is Greywing and Corwin, who seems to be replenishing a large stack of notes inside of Greywing's talon. Just completely restocking it with a bountiful amount of notes and paper.
All right, I'll leave him to that.
Yeah. After another few hours, because you were roughly at the end of your journey to begin with. But now that you spend these hours, you make it back to the city, expecting the dry heat and panic that comes with the destruction of such a crystal that was helping protect them. However, they have it back. The crystal itself is hovering once again directly above the city, and it's once again has that same kind of nearly translucent dome kind of emanating above it. The ship slides into docks after kind of a rickety entrance due to the fact that the city is near the rocky terrain directly next to a beach, not actually a portion of it. Once it docks, a number of ship crew just shout out to you, "Hey, we're ready to go!"
Me? I point to myself. Me?
Well, no shit, you're
Look
not a
around.
part of the crew, get off!
Fine, thank you. Hope you enjoyed the food.
It wasn't good. And that's being polite.
I pretend to cry as I get off the boat.
Okay. So, making it to the city of Caladir, you remember everything in its current splendor. It has the luxurious kind of large masonry kind of castle that you had basically teleported into using teleportation sigils. And the busying city itself is bustling with markets as well as travelers.
Very nice. I recall that the castle doesn't make any sense. Like there's just rooms that have no roof and such.
The inside structure seemed to have been tailored to the whims of the lord that sits in the throne and is somewhat incompetent in his own design.
The tiny lord.
Yes, the very small lord. Corwin looks to you. Well, I'm gonna go back to my lab and take down some notes. I have a lot to replenish, and luckily I kept a spare of each and every one of them once Corwin, or once myself, had to write before I created Grey Wing. So luckily I'm going to just go back in there and replenish those too. If you need anything, I'll be waiting there. I don't know what you plan on doing, but not my choice. And
okay.
Do not worry. I will not do anything to hamper my gift to you. It shall stay as it is, and I will be very sure to not ruin that.
You have my thanks, small man.
Greywing, take a note.
Now look, because you're my friend, and I quite enjoy spending time with you, I have something I think you might like here.
Really?
Oh yes. I hand him the book, 101 Ways to Cook a Fish.
This is perfect. Yeah, I've always been told that my diet's never good, but now with the fish, Greywing, take a note. Replace the other one that I was just about to make. Learn to cook. Alright, well thank you. This is definitely going to be something that I can use to my advantage here, especially considering that we are part of the, sea kind of diet. A lot of fishermen, a lot of unruly types like those people that we were sailing with.
Yes, quite unruly, quite unwashed as well.
They bothered Greywing, and that bothered me immensely.
Just don't kill any of them while you're out fishing, please.
Oh no, I have no need to do that. I can do it from my own shipside. My flying shipside. Maybe I'll make a flying fish rod. Is that what they're called? Fish rod, right?
It's a fishing rod. To fish is fishing.
All right,
Anyway,
fine.
have fun with that.
And he goes trotting off back towards his lab.
God, he is a weird man. Onward. We gotta go talk to the king, dude. The lord. Yeah.
So approaching the steps of it, you can tell they have been recently refurbished. At least the steps have been. Less of refurbishing and actually more of just tailoring, making sure that there's no destroyed bits and pieces of it as they've been traveled on by a number of people, large objects, and just normal wear and tear due to the current environment. Going into the large doorway, which is more of an arch, you can immediately see the large expanse of the communal throne room. It has the same 4-room side pouches that don't have a roof to them, and directly further down is a large table, and above that is where the throne is. The large table, you remember, was where a number of your friends were arguing with this man.
Yep.
And that's what you recall. You do not see him, at least currently.
Alright. There's nobody else in here?
I mean, there's people bustling in the side passage where you teleported from, and in there you can tell that they have kind of a rushed expression. A number of them are kind of moving things into different rooms. One of them in particularly seems to be sorting and reorganizing the same things, making sure like all labels are outward facing.
Weird. I'll go over to them, I guess, and
Okay.
kind of just stand there awkwardly.
The one that's rapidly organizing things, you can tell, is the tiefling woman that you had spoken to before about.
Oh yes, of course.
The one that was like the teacher of the sorts, kind of informing the little ones about certain things and how magic is managed.
Hello,
Oh,
miss?
sorry. Hello again. I don't think I got your name, but what can I do for you? Sorry, my mind's a little bit scattered.
No, that's fine. I came to ask you 2 questions. One, where is the little man, the lord?
He should be recently waking up. He decided to sleep in today.
Okay. Second question, then. Do you need help?
Nope, I should have everything managed. The children have actually been doing great on their studies and have been helping me with what they can. So, I should be fine. I just have to finish this room and the neighboring one before the Lord comes this way.
Can I see if she's lying to me, or what's actually going on here?
Sure. Make an insight check.
Well, I definitely see a lot with that natural one.
You can tell that she's definitely rushed, but you don't necessarily know the reason why.
All right. I'll just be over there. I just point across the room. If you need me, yell, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I should be. Like I said, I should be fine. But if you're looking for the Lord, he should be coming out from his bedroom here shortly. He wanted it behind the throne in another arch, but luckily the man who was constructing this fine establishment and luxurious building decided that it was not necessary, as it kind of left him in a very unsafe sort of manner.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
Some common sense is at least needed. Pardon my words, I know the Lord is somewhat of an imbecile when it comes to certain things.
Wow, that's treason. I just leave. I walk away.
She's so stunned after you just immediately just shout out, "That's treason." And she doesn't have any response the moment that you just turn around and leave. She's I didn't mean it. Okay. And then goes back to organizing things. So where are you going? You're just hanging out?
just hang out. I'll sit in the invisible chair and just wait, I guess.
Okay, yep, going up against the wall, sitting down in an invisible chair, waiting, idly waiting by. A number of children come by. They look at you confused and puzzled, and then run off towards the other direction of the hallway. In the general direction of where you went to Corwin's lab.
I see.
But there's other things that are in that general direction. You just haven't gone into them. Other arches and rooms.
All right. I guess I wait for like 5-10 minutes.
Oh, after about 2 minutes, the Lord comes by in all of his short self, and he looks at you, kind of eye crusts over the tear ducts, and just kind of like still groggy from a night. What are you? Oh. And he kind of blinks a few times. Right! You were the one that had promised to help with our situation. Right?
Wow, bad promise. I nod.
Good.
What an asshole.
It's rather crucial that you do, considering you almost destroyed the only thing protecting our city.
I mean, you did agree to help us,
I
so
understand
you have blame in this.
But there was still plenty of time to safely travel it back. I was informed that there was only moments before the city collided and collapsed onto Waterdeep that our precious defense tool was able to be brought back.
Yes, well, you know then that we lost, I guess. Technically lost.
And it's tragic.
It was a technical loss.
And it's tragic for all lives lost as such. But to prevent another city's destruction, we need this crystal to help delay the inevitable. Because matters have gotten worse. In the 24 hours that this crystal's been gone, the entirety of the city has been attacked at least 3 different times over. One was maybe a scare because of my paranoia, but the other 2 were logistic and real.
I see. Look, I honestly don't give a flying fuck about the safety of anyone here, but I made you a promise to at least figure it out and put a stop to it, so I'll do that.
Alright. We won't see
As you can see, though, all my friends are dead.
When you say this, his demeanor kind of like shrinks back and his arms fall down. I did not realize.
Of course you didn't.
My apologies for everything that was lost.
Sure.
If you need something, then you can speak to my assistant and she will help you. She seems to have been able to organize everything properly here for today. So if she needs to step away from her duties here, tell her she is fully allowed. And he kind of just takes a few steps and begins to retreat back to the throne room.
That's what I thought, you little shit. Oh, misinformation is key. Yes. All right. I casually strolled back over to the tiefling woman.
Okay, yeah. As you approach, she, at this point, is now standing in front of several of the students after they had finished putting away whatever tools they were using to clean this general area. Is there something that you need again?
I just point at her.
Oh, yes. What do you need from me?
I point at her, then I point at myself, then I point at her, then I point at the door.
I'm sorry, but what... Do you have a curse on you that's stopping you from speaking?
I shake my head yes and no simultaneously.
So in like a diagonal pattern sort of deal?
Yeah.
She looks at you. I would greatly appreciate it if you actually told me what was going on.
I sit in the invisible chair, drink a cup of tea that I don't have. You have been, uh, commanded? That's not the right word. I have been informed that you are free today, and you are to assist me in my endeavor to fix your city.
Well, I can assist you with what I can, but I don't necessarily know what you need from me. That's why pointing probably wasn't the most.
Words hard, I'm not smart.
Well, then I suppose you'll need as much aid from me as possible. So,
Ouch.
what?
Ow! Harsh words from a traitor.
It wasn't. It was a my anxiety got the best of me, and I said something I did not mean.
Traitor.
What can I help you
No,
with?
but in all actuality, I do require your aid. I think, maybe.
Okay, well, I will do what I can. If I am
What do you know
allowed.
what do you know about the geography of this location, this land? Where do those tunnels in the mountain go?
Tunnels in the mountain. Are you speaking of the old dwarven settlement?
Uh, yes. Yes, definitely. Yes.
Apart from knowing that it's a dwarven settlement, I don't know where the passages would go.
Damn it.
Never been there myself. I've barely left the city, really.
What do you know about fire giants?
Fire giants. Apart from them being somewhat lacking in intelligence, they're very durable, quite strong, and well, they enjoy fire. Coming with the name.
All right, all right. Let's keep this ball moving. What do you know about the elemental chaos?
The elemental chaos? Why are you bringing this up? As she kind of like leans in, whispering somewhat more to you. Why are you?
It's all relevant.
Well, I've done some research in the elemental chaos. Primarily because I wanted to. It sounded intriguing, and
It sounds pretty badass, doesn't it? Elemental
it does.
chaos.
It sounds exciting. So, but it's far from it when you get down to the bone. The elemental chaos is it's a number of things. It can be a place, it can be a direction, it can be life, it can be an existence, it can be a home. It's many different things, but all in all, it comes out to being extremely dangerous. Everything about it can be from frigid storms to raining of acid melting strong enough to pierce through the strongest steel. It's horrifying. And it's something that, being in its malleable form, it can be turned into anything. There are rumors of it being turned into a weapon, rumors of it being its own plane. It can be anything ranging from a small pebble in a river to the entirety of the star that warms us up.
I just kind of stare at her slack-jawed for like a little bit, just to make her think that I don't know what she's talking about. But secretly, I'm like, oh yes, of course.
Do you actually know about this?
Jester knows fuck all.
Was I on the mark? Because I was bullshitting that like right there.
More or less, yeah.
Interesting.
Don't quote me on that though.
Oh, I will.
How dare you, traitor?
But well, if this is relevant, I don't think you should be going in this general direction. It's...
Well, then I guess your city is gonna burst into flames, isn't it?
They're related.
Oh yes, definitely. I was told so by some dwarves in the settlement.
If you knew that it was a dwarven settlement, then why did you ask? Well, if this is the case, then why are we not informing the populace? We need to evacuate as soon as possible.
Well, where are you going to go? You're going to take a ship out? How many ships do you have? Can you carry the whole population of the city out of here?
No, but if we know now, before something happens, we can at least save some.
Oh, this sounds like every other city we've ever been to.
That doesn't bode well with me. Do I want to leave? No, but if this is involving the elemental chaos, I don't want to be a part of this.
It also involves the fire giants to some extent. I don't know what they're doing, but they're involved somehow.
Who told you that it involved the elemental chaos? Do you forget?
Maybe. Yes. Yes, I do.
If I recall, it was the wizard dwarf that was telling us about it.
Their mage dude?
Yes, right. I think so.
It was, one of the dwarves told me. They're down there to figure out what's going on before whatever happens destroys this entire island.
You can see, like, her entire demeanor is kind of shocked, but she's trying to retain her composure in front of the children. Then I suggest that you take care of what you can. But just be wary, because the elemental chaos can quite literally be anything. And I don't know much about it myself, apart from its incredible versatility. I don't know anything about harnessing it, using it, or the like. The elemental the elemental chaos is definitely something that can destroy this island with ease. Depending on how it's used, I suppose.
Well, I will be very careful then. I recommend that you stay a traitor, and I look at her, like, imploringly, and do what you think is right.
I understand. I will do what my duties tell me to, unless I see fit. And she gives you, like, high eyebrows and just kind of like a very subtle understanding to her voice.
Because we can alter our shape, can I have our eyebrows kind of just slowly drift up into our hairline?
Our eyebrow. Sure, so basically as you both are just there, subtly implying behind your words, she raises her eyebrows to give you understanding, and you start to raise yours, and you just continue to go up and up and up before it reaches the hairline and goes beyond, vanishing, and her face just completely, like, recoils in confusion.
Then they come back down. It would be best if not everybody was privy to this information, especially those of a smaller stature.
That's understandable. Those with the smaller statures can sometimes have shorter tempers and courage.
Yes.
And at the point she just turns around, completely wide smile to the children. Okay, thank you everyone for helping me clean. This was important matters, so that way we can get back to our lessons as soon as possible. Now let's all go over the emergency safety precautions necessary for when magics go awry.
Run while you can.
And she kind of goes over a debriefing of magical emergency.
Great. I've seen my friends get disintegrated, so I don't listen.
Okay, well, what are you doing?
Well, talking to the Lord is not going to get anywhere. I'm going to head to Corwin's office. Power thing.
Okay. Yeah, so you start making your way over there. A number of children actually like run past you, trying to get back to the one room where the teacher and the students are. But eventually, you do just make it back to Corwin's lab directly in front of you. You can hear the sound of like glass moving almost.
The fuck is he up to? I slowly open the door.
Okay, creaking the door open, you can see that Corwin is there. Greywing has roosted on top of what looks to be a bookshelf, and several glass vials have shattered onto the ground. Corwin is hand picking them up in his metallic hand.
Are you alright?
Yeah. Yes. I was too literal with Greywing, and he just so happened to accidentally knock over some very noxious fumes. So be careful.
Great. I'll stay up here.
Well, that's where they're from. The noxious fumes rise, not lower.
Okay. Look.
I'm only messing with you. It was actually just a few bottles of medicine that I need to take every day. Vitamins and things.
What? This is part of your new health fix?
Yes! I was recently prescribed them, actually.
That was fast. I've been gone for, like, Check's Invisible Watch 10 minutes.
Well, I prescribed them to myself. There was something I made.
Oh, of course. How could I not think of that? Yes.
So, everything go well? Figure out
Nope.
a plan? No.
No.
Doesn't sound very good.
Alright,
what's the
so
issue?
let me start at the top. Your lord thinks everybody who you're traveling with is dead, because he's an asshole, and I had to one-up him somehow. That's what I did. That tiefling woman who runs the school for small children, small magical children,
Yes.
she gave me information about the elemental chaos, and yeah, it's not good.
Right. Yeah, I think that's man that's somewhat smaller, with a kind of a difference in facial hair, right? The one that was in the caves.
You're talking about a dwarf.
Dwarf. Thank you. Greywing, make a note. Remember the word dwarf.
Anyway, are you coming with?
Oh no. I have to repair a few things and take care of some magical items that I have recently come up with. The warm rock, if you remember. Speaking of which, I would like my ring back.
Your ring. What ring?
The one that helps you. The one with the magical enchantments on it.
Wow. Of course. Here's your ring.
I'm only messing with you. By all means, it's a gift. I can just make another one if I need to.
I'm this close to losing my mind and suplexing your bird.
What's a suplex? The notes for another day. No, by all means, they are yours. I have no need for them, and I think they will do aid for you in this current adventure. That does remind me, though. You stay right there. Let me go grab something. This was something that I made before even traveling, and I completely forgot about it. It seemed like it might have been something useful for you. I don't need it because of my, stature and my current light. And he goes down the stairs.
I stand where he told me to stand.
Okay, motionless, standing with fear of whether or not there are actual noxious fumes in here. You cannot tell. And he comes back up the stairs with kind of like several things strapped to his arms by accident. They'd seem like they had just gotten stuck there when he was digging through possibly a pile of
You were
objects.
gone for like 30 seconds. How? What's down there?
Well, like I said, I need to make some things. When I have a thought, I just have to make it. But these, and he pulls out these little itty bitty like goggles. You had issues in the dark,
These
right?
these are very small. These are gnome-sized.
Fine. And he kind of like holds them up into his palm in the metallic, and eventually the like mechanism slightly opens and it stretches out the fabric some, and it makes it into a more lengthy and more adjustable kind of headgear. There, happy? I mean, you could have stretched it yourself, but I mean, they're still goggles. They'll still fit you.
Fine, thank you. So what? Is there like super specs I can see in like the night?
They're like night vision. You put them on, and you can like see through things and see through walls and people even. No, they only help you.
That sounds like X-ray vision.
They only help you with they only help you with the dark, really. But
Oh, I'm sad now. I put them on anyway.
when you put them on, this room is already bright, but it kind of gets like that sheen of light. Like there was those gaps of shadows that were coming from that light. You just see through them now. Everything is almost too crisp.
Oh, I hate this. I take them off.
When you take them off your eyes, so they adjust and re-dilate properly. And so there. That should help you with your adventures down in the caves.
Thanks. What am I going to do about burning to death?
You can manage that yourself, right? Right?
I hold out my hand and I point to it with my other.
I'm sorry, what? You're pointing at your hand. What do you... Do you need a high five, or...
We both know what you have. We both know.
I have what? I'm sorry?
You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Or genuinely...
You'll either give me your fancy cold rock to keep me nice and cool, or I'm going to wear you like a tiny backpack.
Carwin? Take a note. Tiny backpack. Alright, fine. Here, take this cold rock. I can make another one while I'm researching the warm rock. Something revolutionary. Though I don't think it'll help people in the desert. Or our current hot climate.
You could use it for interrogation purposes.
Oh, that's terrible. How would you do something like that?
You wouldn't?
It depends on the situation.
Ha, admit it, you're a terrible person.
I mean, you started this. Do you want my cold rock or not? Because I could just take it back and give you the cold shoulder.
No. I'm this close to throwing you out a window, you small little shit.
We're on the ground floor, though. There's no windows here.
I will carry you to the roof. I can fly, did you forget?
I have a ship that can fly.
And you deploy it before you become a paste on the ground.
I suppose not. That's fine. Fair. Well, I do hope that you come back, because I do enjoy our little conversations. It's fun.
I don't.
Well, you'll grow to them. After
I'm
all.
only joking. I love them. I love them. They're great.
Are you actually joking? Or...
I pulled a little fast one on. Didn't you see it? I am actually joking.
Okay. He looks at you. You are a good liar if you are. Doesn't matter one way or the other. Like I said, I have other things that I need to get to, and I hope that everything goes well down in the caves. The remembrance of the first adventure that we came from when we were there kind of reminded me of that. Especially because I was sitting in the dark when I was up on that city. I fell into a sewer drain and I just couldn't get back out. Got kind of stuck for a little bit.
How?
Well, when you fall down and it's dark, I couldn't see where I was going.
Fine, fair, I suppose. Thank you very much. I will make good use of all of this.
Great, glad.
It's been a hell of a lot of fun. If I don't come back, just assume I'm a charred, mangled corpse in some tunnel somewhere.
Well, I'm not going back in there, so I probably would not see that. But I do hope that that's not the case. Because then that would mean our city is also doomed, and so is this island.
No pressure or anything. I start sobbing.
Greywing? Draw this.
Don't. Raw meat crying. You are a fucking monster. You would torture people with a hot rock.
When you look over,
You
Greywing
fucking
is
savage.
there, attempting his best with one arm to sketch, and it just turns out to be like a stick figures drawing with some dabs from the ink. It does
It's not
not.
bad for a bird.
I've been working on it. Been working on it. New features from the repair.
Yes, of course.
New commands rather. But anyways, I'm gonna get back to work. You stay safe, because then I won't get my cold rock back.
Wow, I'm glad to see where priorities lie.
Well, I mean, you are basically an investment right now.
Wow.
But a friend investment.
I will remember this, you little shit.
I would hope so, because I need my things back.
Gnomes. I leave.
So you leave, and what's your plan now?
I stalk out of the castle.
So stalking out, trying your best to stay away from everything and everyone, so that way you don't get talked to, or have to have any other humanoid contact. You make your way outside of the building.
He's so difficult to get along with. I just want to be his friend. Anyway, I extend the wings.
Yep, they unfurl mechanically, just.
Oh, so cool. Flex them a little bit. Wave at some people. Then
Yeah.
I fly to the base of the mountain.
Okay. You get a number of quizzical looks and concerns, and then you take off flying, and there's more concerns and more shocks of terror and awe. But then you flying away, and some moments after, there's no explosions or death or maiming. Everyone kind of goes back to mulling over what they had just witnessed. So, flying your way there, you can spot that the ground itself is exactly the same as it was before. Traveling there and making progress towards the mountain. It's taking you roughly the same time as it took you the first time, traveling for roughly about 6 hours. So by the time you get there, it's roughly about 2, 3 in the afternoon.
Has it gotten any hotter since we were last here?
It's hard to tell considering you are with the cool rock, but
Yeah.
you can tell that the glass has kind of expanded out some.
That's not a good sign. Like, how much are we talking here? Like a couple feet?
Just like a few feet. Nothing, not like like 100 feet or something. It's only a few feet, and it's still only in specks at that point. It's nothing flat line or a base around it.
Really don't like this rock glass stuff. Rock shouldn't be glass. Look at it, it's a rock.
I'm not the biggest fan of it either. I'm pretty sure it was from the sand, though, that was actually just turning to glass.
Well, that means that it's really fucking hot then.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well either.
So, Anna,
Mm-hmm.
why can't we ever just have a nice, like, vacation or something? Why is it always end of the world apocalypse shit?
Well, I guess that's mankind's existence.
Wow.
We do.
That was deep and prophetic.
Well, we get past it. We're living in a plane of gods. And albeit that I wish that we didn't have these circumstances, our life is also a part of that. Or our creation, rather.
Yeah, I suppose.
Being chaotic in nature, I guess we're just kind of prone to this sort of deal.
Should we just go, like, live on a different plane somewhere?
I mean, we did that. We tried that. And that's how hell
I mean-
happened.
We we could choose someplace better.
Like the plane of water.
Why there? I don't have my inner tube with me.
I went exactly opposite as the plane of hell and figured what's different than hell and the sea.
What about, like, where the angels live or something?
And you expect us to make it there?
Oh, I mean, probably not, but, you know, if we get there, we'll probably be fine. Unless the angels try to kill us, in that case, probably not, but...
We could. But then we'll grow bored.
Wow. This is a very meta conversation, Anna. I'm not prepared for this.
We can figure that out once we finish our promise.
Alright.
Maybe we don't have to live in a different plane, but we just seek a commoner's life.
But they'll come for us regardless.
And we'll handle it when we can. But we don't have to go out seeking it ourselves.
That's true. We could go on a big tour, go find all our friends, go visit everybody else from hell.
Yeah, that sounds kind of nice, apart from visiting hell, but...
Not visiting hell, I mean like our friends who left hell with us.
I thought you were in reference to Izith and,
Oh, no, I meant the people that you almost killed, and you did kill. I'm only playing, Anna. We both know there was no choice in the matter.
No. What matters is that everything turned out semi-decently. In reality, because of that, we didn't lose anyone that we knew. There was definitely a lot of loss of life, but it wasn't someone close to us. If you count Asmodeus.
I mean, no. He was a piece of shit, Anna. Let's not be crazy here.
Well, I was walking.
He blackmailed us into an impossible deal.
Yeah, that is incredibly true. But these are matters that we need to figure out after our current situation.
Fine, Anna. My 2 legs only go so fast.
Well, you have wings.
They also have a max speed, Anna.
So what are you doing?
I'm making my way back inside to where cave was.
Okay, so making your way downtown inside the cave.
Oh, this podcast is over.
You step into the cave and it collapses. Game over. Rocks fall and crush you.
Nice. It's been fun, everybody. This has been double time.
I think there's actually a podcast called Rocks Fall and Everyone Dies. I think that's actually a podcast title. I'd have to look. It sounds oddly familiar. But, accidental plug if so. Stepping into this tunnel and sidling your way up, you remember that the unbearable heat and hot demeanor of this cave, or this passageway, was unbearable without this cool rock. So it's much better and far more relaxing than anything else. Imagine like an intense sauna rather than touching an oven.
Both of these sound very ungood.
Well, one is not the worst. It's tolerable. You're just sweating a lot. And as you make your way down, you start to hear sound.
Oh no.
It's almost like rattling, flowing of movement.
I don't like this at all.
A continuation of substance, almost.
Oh yes, of course. How could I forget the pipes that you crushed?
And as you peek down, you can see what's rattling is standing figures encircling this smaller pool of red molten substance. There are 3 pipes now where there were 2. The individuals that are standing all look to be dwarven.
Alright. Do I recognize these dwarves?
Well, from your distance it's hard to tell, but you can definitely assume that based off what they're wearing similar clothes and armor as the other dwarves that you had met and spoken with, but they're not necessarily facing you, so it's hard to ascertain their identities, especially from the brief interaction that you had.
All right. Well, it should be fine to talk to them, I guess. If they pull anything funny, we can always shank them or disappear. So I just walk up. I don't try to hide or anything.
Okay. Stepping down, just walking on the stony path leading into the soon-to-be glassy textured sand. You step forwards and the sand kind of distorts softly, and a number of the dwarves looked at you but didn't react, and some of them look over their shoulders, one of which you do recognize as that dwarven man that had spoken to you. I just saw your note of Corwin's going to be a master chef. You recognize him as the one that initially kicked you in the shins, or rather kicked Anna in the shins, and questioned why you broke their pipes before.
I see. Off to a good start wherever we go because of Anna. Always, yes. Always her fault. That's a lie, by the way. Hello?
Hi.
People?
So you actually made it back.
I did. Alone, because everybody else is fucking dead.
Well, you did promise that you'd come back alone.
Did I?
You said even if you had to come back alone, you would.
Well, I mean, I kept a promise that I'd return. I don't remember that part, but I suppose it doesn't matter. I fucking ripped that guy's throat out with my teeth, and I killed him. He's very dead.
Didn't need to know the details, but good on you, I suppose.
Kinda tasted like chicken.
I don't need the details. Well, we just finished fixing up your damn pipe situation.
Yes, well, that wasn't me. It's hard to explain, but just go with it. It wasn't me, but it was also me.
Look, if you're gonna be smart, I don't give a damn. If you're here to help us, you're here to help
you
us.
how it is.
It doesn't matter. Just don't
You're
go
so
breaking
difficult to get along with.
these.
You're worse than the gnomes.
I take kind of offense to that. A little shorter. Tend to be on the more shiftier side. Nevertheless, if you're here to help, you're here to help. Good. Because nothing has necessarily changed in the 24 hours. Actually, it's been more than 24 hours. It's been fucking, what?
5 days?
Yeah.
No.
More
like
than
a
that.
week and a bit.
Yeah, like a week and a half or something. Because you had to sail across. You weren't teleported.
Yep.
Was it really only a week? I honestly don't remember how long we sailed.
I don't fucking remember either.
It's been a
not very
while.
important.
I'm surprised you came back.
Wow,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Did you just have a relapse?
I'm kidding. So, nothing has changed in the time that it took you to come back here. We hear noises down there. Odd ones, as before, but nothing out of the ordinary. At least for these odd fire giants.
Odd in what way?
Well, they're smarter. I already told you this before. They're older ones. Ones that retain some knowledge. Keeping up to date. Paying attention to their details, unlike some other ones. And they're building a damn civilization of them.
Got a problem with neighbors?
I got a problem with neighbors who intend to kill and enslave us. So yeah, you could say I have a problem with them.
You're gonna raise your voice with me, I guess I'm going on my own, you little shit.
I mean, won't get very far. You'll get confused, at the very least.
Yeah. Better than traveling with a know-it-all little shit dwarf. No.
Fine. Be that as it may, we have to protect our kind. We have to protect our own. These caves, they're our land. And we're not gonna stop with these giants. We're gonna retake the land that they took back from us. So...
Wait, you're telling me that you took out the fire giant's land, claimed it as your land, built in their land, and then took it back and now they're the enemy?
No!
Is that what you just told me?
A number of the dwarves look at each other. What the fuck is this one talking about? And the main one looks at him. Everyone, fine. He misunderstood one of my words. We lived here, and then they came, took part of our land, and now we want it back.
That sentence made more sense than the last one you said.
Did anything change? I don't think anything changed. No. A number of them just start
Spit over my shoulder.
as you do. All of them spit over their shoulders too. It's clear that we're gonna have difficulties, but that's fine. We'll butt heads like we already did before. Just know that if you need something, be civilized, and the other dwarves may be able to help you. I'm
Is
planning.
that a self-message for you? I don't have any issues with anybody. It's just people who don't make any sense.
Kind of closes his eyes, takes a deep breath in.
We got off on the wrong foot. Let's start over. I'm here to help.
And thank you.
Hey. So, what's the plan?
A number of them start to whisper to each other. We We plan to figure out what they're doing. We don't know what that noise is down there. Whatever
Fair
it is,
enough.
it's angry. It's something else. It's like another creature or something.
That's reassuring.
Exactly.
Creature that you know about, or something else?
Nothing we heard about. Nothing down here at the very least. It's nothing.
That's real good.
Nothing underground. So they must have taken something above and brought it back down. For whatever
Oh,
reason.
fuck.
I don't know why. Our friend here, the one that's more arcane than the rest of us, he thinks that has something to do with the elemental problems or something. Something to deal with this portal, too. So,
This is a portal. This goop.
well, I mean, things are coming out of it. We haven't sent anyone in, because look at it. But
I mean,
That's-
who out of your crew do you like the least besides me?
a number of them look over to one individual who looks at the rest. Oh, you're not planning on doing anything, right? Yet.
Tie a rope to him, cast him in like a fish, like bait for a fish.
The one directly next to the one that everyone was looking at kind of like sizes him up, looks at some of his stuff, takes off a backpack, pulls out like an extremely thin rod and a stick. Oh, you can knock it off. We're not gonna do anything. We're not doing that, right? He starts to head for the door. No, we're not gonna sacrifice anyone just to figure out whether or not this is a one-way trip or not.
That's a wily little dwarf.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're heading down then. We're descending.
That'd be best. We have a few other groups and colonies that kind of reign in certain different intersections. At least they're more of like,
So like street gangs.
you can call them like that, but they're more so like roadblocks. They're ways for us to understand when something happens. We know the caves. We know how those caves work. We know how the speech and echolocation can work through it. You say something in a general position, it can ricochet outwards to inform the rest of us.
I see. So they're all friendly then.
Well, yeah, we're all from the same colony. Sure, there's some scrapes and some people push off bridges, collapse into their death, found by the fire giants, left to die. General issues when you're out.
Wait, what was that?
War.
What was that last one?
But, so, the plan is, like I said, is to figure out what the sound is. And once we know that, maybe we can base a better plan from there.
All right. How far down is it? Is it the bottom? Is it like halfway?
See, that's
How deep
the
does your
issue.
colony go?
Well, the colony used to run all the way down to that bottom base where you threw your damn broom.
That wasn't me, but that was also me. It'll make sense. Trust me.
I don't care. All that matters is that that's the bottom level. It's far down,
traveling approximately 600 feet. Now, the issue is the giants have been down there for at least a long enough time for them to carve their own. So if they've done deeper, then we don't know about it. Because none of us have been able to travel.
Huge tunnels as well. They're pretty substantially bigger than
Oh, yeah.
us.
I mean, looking at you, they're easily probably about 5, possibly even 6 times larger.
But I'm twice as big as you, so...
Right. They're big.
Alright, I'm glad we had this conversation. Anyway, so we go down there, figure out what's making this noise, and then we'll just kill everybody?
I doubt we'd kill everybody. We need a way to stop what they're doing, and when we do that, maybe some of them will be concerned, go out to find something that they need again, and then we break them apart. At least that's my plan. His over there, he points over to the one that had fleed. He's the assistant of that, the arcane one. What he was telling us is that if we possibly find out what they're doing, then we can use that against them. But I don't think whatever's down there is gonna help us.
That sounds like the plan of someone who's up to no good, trying to figure what they're up to so he can do it himself.
I mean, not do it himself, but we use it against them.
Well, I know, but how much can you trust this arcane man? I've had real bad experiences with arcane people. How do you know he's up to...
I mean, you know yourself is arcane, right? You got your own things.
I'm not arcane.
Well, you
Look
do.
at me.
You have your magics. It's the same thing, right? You got 2 books.
What? That's magically racist. You take that back.
You're the one saying that you have had issues with the arcane people. That's racism of itself.
Wow. It's racist to assume that I'm being racist. Just because I'm different, huh?
A number of them look at each other again. What the fuck is this conversation? It doesn't matter.
Okay. Ground rules. Everybody here is racist. We don't like each other. And there's some fire giants to be killed. That's what I'm hearing here.
One of the dwarves goes, yeah! And everyone else just looks at him. The fuck? What? No. What? I guess I misunderstood.
What about him? Can we cast him in like a fish?
Maybe. We'll have to figure that out. It'll be done at the moment of nights. That way, well, I suppose everything is always night down here. My brain is hurting. The plan, as I'm putting it down, as the current leader of this idiocy, is to figure out at least what's down there. We'll go from there. Whether we learn if it's something that we can use or not will be important to whether we can figure it out. But we can't make the assumption that we can use it now. Sorry, that's a bit of the worm dinner that we had. Ooh.
Worm dinner? I don't care.
We have to eat what we have to.
Yeah, well, I don't need to know.
Right, just like I didn't need to. Alright, it doesn't.
We're going in circles. I feel we got to pick up some pace here. The giants are up to no good.
Right. So we'll go down there. Whether you go by yourself, or you take some of us, or you take just me, or you take the wizard man. If we all go down there and figure out what's going on, that's the plan. Understood? We have this under control. We put the 3rd pipe in, repair the damn 2 that were broken, not pointing fingers, and it seemed to stop them at least somewhat more. Deal? And are you going to retain concentration?
Nope.
Great. At least we have everything.
Make a deal with yourself.
At least we have everything. Well then. This is a thing. Alright.
What the fuck was this conversation?
We made no progress in like 10 minutes.
Just keep going around. Button heads with dwarves.
Well, I hope you're ready for a 37 episode arc here. 99% of it is going to be us arguing with dwarves.
We may go in ourselves. It might be a better option for us in this circumstance. We might get more done. Jesus. To be fair, your sarcasm wasn't helping anything.
Me? Sarcastic? No.
Oh,
Alright. I am ready. If you are prepared.
let me crack my back first. Oh, there we go.
You disgust me.
I'm sitting in a chair now. I got my back's gotta adjust to sitting in a chair rather than leaning forwards, getting fucking
Straight back.
I know.
Perfect posture.
Right, my back is killing me getting in perfect posture. It's hard. All right.
Alright. So, Anna.
Yes.
That's creepy.
Yes.
You feel you feel the familiar pull as you swap places with the jester and gain control of the body.
Great.
As you do so, you hear the dwarven man ahead of you ask, "So do we have a deal?"
Yes, though I'm pretty sure there's not necessarily a deal when only one side is benefiting from the other.
What on earth are you talking about now?
Nothing. Absolutely, it's a deal. Well, I think the best plan of action, though, would be for us to go in ourselves, because we have the abilities that allow us to kind of explore at our own method, rather than foot.
Sounds like some arcane mumbo jumbo.
Absolutely.
Fine. Go.
I'm just gonna
Figure you sacrifice yourself and I sacrifice my men anyway.
Fair. I'll come back to you, and if you hear the horrible screams of agony, then you can assume that the worst occurred.
Shakes his head in agreement. Alright.
And I will go down. I will go into the door that the other one ran away from.
Open up the door. The other guy is standing there with his ear pressed to the door, and as you open it, it kind of falls on his face. I fell over. I was tying my boot.
I'm gonna look over my shoulder. So did you want him now or later?
They all kind of they all kind of huddle up, and they whisper amongst themselves. I'll turn back to you. Lead guy is like, "Alright, yeah. Grab the rope. Grab the rod."
I'm gonna tap him on the shoulder. Best of luck, and I'm gonna cast guidance on him to give him a D4 of his next ability check.
Alright, very good.
Best of luck. And I will go further down to where I dropped that broom from earlier.
Alright, after about a minute of descent, he hears horrible screaming coming from the top.
Oh, God. I wonder if he made it through or not.
Anna, you just doomed that man to a horrible death.
To be fair, he might have made it through. This is important knowledge. I don't think that he died. I think those are screams of fear. At least that's what I'm going to assume.
Oh, okay, Anna. you do that, you murderer.
Coming from the murderer who drowned a child?
Coming from the person who tried to blackmail said child.
It wasn't blackmail. It was
blackmail.
negotiation.
You attempted to steal his valuables in return for being quiet.
Fine.
We're terrible people.
We are. This is. You were asking earlier why we always find ourselves in this. This is why. This is what we've done to do this.
Maybe we should just stop. I think this is all karmic justice for us maybe killing that child and his uncle.
That'd be an odd spiral, wouldn't it?
I mean,
Almost like
maybe.
our life was just built as it went.
Well, that just sounds like it might be just two people who make stuff up as they go along.
It's odd. This is a very jokey episode, I feel. We're both a little bit loopy after the Jackbox games. Okay, well, on a more serious note, I'm going to be kind of going down, but as I'm like getting closer to the bridge, I'm going to ritual cast Comprehend Languages.
Alright.
Just so that way I can understand. If
It's
I
all
hear-
languages, right?
Yep, it's just all languages, so giant and stuff I'd be able to listen to, but I wouldn't be able to respond.
Alright, so you know everything.
Yes.
Alright. So you make your way down. You can see some dwarven runes carved into the tunnels. Stuff like, Gavin was here. 7 miles to nearest stone bed.
Oh, interesting. 7 miles.
But yes, you make your way further down, into the large cylindrical tunnel area thing.
Mm.
You don't hear anything. There's no muttering or anything. You remember that the fire giants don't give a fuck about being quiet. They're kind of just there.
Mm.
And you don't hear anything at the moment. It's very quiet.
What can I drop down this pit again? Ooh. How long did light last in that rock? In the purple evocation rock? Did it last like an hour?
Sure.
I mean, I don't remember if it actually turned off.
I don't remember either.
God.
They were losing power though. I remember that.
Yeah. I'll just take out a little itty purple evocation rock, cast light on it, and drop it down.
All right, you drop the rock. Are you attempting to avoid like the bridges and stuff?
I'm trying to get it down to the bottom.
Right, so you just gotta huck it. Roll a d20. See how well you do. See if it makes it all the way.
Sweet. I remember this happening with the broom as well. Well, that seems like a wasted natural 20.
Natural 20, expertly with like pinpoint precision. You find the perfect spot to throw it so it sails in between all the bridges. It lights up the tunnel as it goes down. The light grows dimmer. Hits the bottom, shatters. You hear a large explosion, and the light goes out.
Oh,
Then you hear, what the fuck was that? Boys, they're doing it again. Solid giant, of course.
Yeah, dude. Now, Anna wouldn't do this, so I'm not gonna do it, but I was super tempted to do it again. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unfurl my wings. I'm gonna don on the goggles of night, or whatever they are.
Alright, put them on. You can see almost as well as you can see outside during the day, but everything is devoid of color. You see in shades of black and gray.
Ooh. I don't like it. But this
No,
is
for
definitely...
for effect, it's green. You see in shades of green.
I don't like it even more. It feels like everything's gone color code. Well, I will manage, I suppose, and I'm going to try to go, like, flying down slowly.
Right, so just like a controlled descent.
Yes, I'm gonna try to land on the
How
bridge.
far?
I'm gonna land on the bridge directly above where the rock had fallen. So, like, I think it's like 100 feet difference or something.
From the bridge to where the giants are?
Yeah.
I'd say that's about right. Sure. You make your way down, doesn't take you whole lot of time, a couple minutes. The giants are still yelling at each other about nothing important. You make your way down, land on the bridge. Both entrances to the bridge, both sides, are completely empty. You don't see anything or anyone.
Are they like large passages, or are they somewhat smaller?
These are still the dwarven passages, so... Since we didn't have any trouble with them, I'd say they're about 6.5-ish feet tall.
Okay. I was just curious if they were like giant size passages. Okay, so I don't need to worry about...
The bridge would be fucking huge.
Yeah, I don't need to worry about that then. So, being down here, what's the bottom look like right now?
You can't actually see the bottom.
What else can I throw down here? Is it still like hot down here? Like, would I be cooking if I didn't have the cold rock on me?
Yes, definitely. It's very, very hot. Even hotter than it was up where the pipes were.
Well, what I am going to do, because whenever we sleep, probably didn't do it on the boat because I couldn't, but I did it before getting onto the boat. In like 3 days, I need to ritual cast, or I need to cast, whatever it's called, Gentle Repose on the dude's head that we have.
Okay.
Just to keep it fresh for later.
Dude's head. Oh yeah, we took the head of the...
Yeah, we
that's
did.
Great. That's great.
What I'm
Very
going to
good.
do is... I'm going to take one of the small normal rocks that we have from that jar.
Okay.
And I'm going to
take the jar out of your pocket and take the lid off. You get flashes of Eris throwing rocks before she gets disintegrated.
You are the worst.
That's right.
I'm going to cast light on the rock and throw it.
Okay. Pings off the wall. Ricochets down to the bottom. It appears to be like just a section of a very large tunnel. Probably about 40-ish feet wide.
Ooh.
You see a fire giant kind of standing just outside of like the central column, kind of looking up. You see, points up and looks over his shoulder and yells, "Hey, it's her!"
It's me.
Who's her? I don't fucking know. It's one of them, the small people. What? Oh, fuck you. Hey, you! Asshole, throwing shit.
I'm gonna speak in common, I suppose. I'm sorry, is there a problem?
What? Replies in giant. Ah, fuck you. Flips you off. Disappears back into the tunnel.
This is not something pleasant. I don't want to just go down there. Okay, what do I got for spells that I can do here? I got some. Could be interesting. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Arcane Eye.
Okay.
The Arcane Eye has dark vision up to 120 feet, I believe.
Yep.
And it's just an invisible little orb, basically, that I can have it float around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it go down. I'm going to sit down so that way they can't just stare at me. And I'm going to have the eye just float down and try to follow that general direction the fire giant went.
It's invisible, right?
Yeah, it's invisible.
Alright, so yeah, you kind of just sail down. You can see he's walking away at a slow pace for him. So, still pretty quick.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Looking at their stats, they only move 30 feet around. Somehow, they move about as fast as you do.
I mean, it's like, what, a few steps is 30 feet to them. they're big and slow.
Fair.
This
But
is...
yes, he's walking down this tunnel.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep the eye following him.
Okay. Keep traveling. You come to like this four-way intersection of tunnels. Takes a left. Keeps going to another four-way, takes a right. Then stops. Just like in the center of the tunnel. You can still hear through the eye, right?
I don't know about that. Let me get my book, because I cannot, off the top of my head, remember.
Just visual information. You mentally receive visual information. That's it. Alright, so he stops. You don't know why. Then he continues on.
I'm sorry, what was that? I went to grab my book.
The eye only receives visual information.
Okay, he does not. I cannot hear anything. Okay.
So what you see is he stops for a moment, for no reason, as far as you can tell. Then he continues onward. He keeps going until he enters this gigantic circular room. There is lava pouring in from like all sides, kind of like flowing down the walls. You can see there is a large fire giant with like this smoldering black plate armor sitting on what appears to be the remnants of some kind of dwarven home, maybe? And the man, the giant rather, who is sitting, is conversing with the one who you followed.
It'd be really good if I could read lips right now.
Can you?
I can't, especially not in giant. Because I don't have comprehend languages on anymore.
Well, I don't think they speak.
So, how long has this taken, by the way?
Like maybe 10 minutes?
Okay. Because I still have 50 minutes then on my spell. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna keep wait. Is there like another entrance to this place, like another passage?
Just the one.
Just the one that it came from. Okay.
Yep.
So he went to go talk to this dude who seems to be squatting on a house. Okay, well, I mean, I'll keep the eye there for now, I guess.
Okay. Make an insight check.
An insight check? Okay. It's not very good. Not very good at all, but look, I'm proficient. So 12?
12. That's enough for general understanding. The fire giant who's sitting, you can see him getting increasingly agitated. His brows are furrowing. His body is getting rigid. His fists are clenched. He starts to yell at the other one, and eventually stands up. And you can see his right hand. He wears this large gauntlet with like spikes on the knuckles. Walks up to him, and one punch across the head fucking knocks him straight out.
Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna continue to stare with my arcane eye, I suppose.
You see he mutters something. Walks over to the guy on the ground and just proceeds to cave in his skull.
Oh. What the hell? Why?
After he has let out some rage, he picks up the body and kind of hucks it against the wall, and you can see it slips into the lava and kind of just sinks in slowly. He returns to sit upon the house.
this is acting like some kind of throne, then. There's nothing else in this room other than him sitting on this house. Like, there's, other than the passage we came from, this is like a dead end.
Nothing of note. There's, like, rubble of other buildings in here, but there's nothing substantial that would lend you any insights.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the quad interception with the arcane eye.
Which one?
The first one, or the one that led to this one. So I'm basically going down it, and there's 4.
Yep.
And he took the very most right one, so I'm going to go to the one next to this.
Okay. Head down there. I might actually have to start keeping track of where all these tunnels go.
I already have been.
Okay, good.
Yeah. The very left and the very right is the house throne.
Yep.
And then it's very left and next to very right.
Oh, so you make your way down this tunnel. It's the same size as the other ones. Kind of roughly hewn from the stone. You know the fire giants are known for their craftsmanship of like metals and stuff, not their stonework. So you go, and you go, and you go, and you keep going. And what's the range on the eye?
It's infinite. As long as I have it going
range.
for an hour, I can just keep going as long as it stays on the same plane.
Alright. So you travel for like 20 minutes
Oh,
down this
jeez.
tunnel.
And there's nothing like noteworthy other than just like some craft.
There's nothing that would give you any information.
Okay.
You come out into this small little opening, from what you can tell. There is there's a wall of lava kind of pouring down diagonally to the right from you. So like it kind of opens up, so the left side of the tunnel keeps going straight, and then the right takes like a 90-degree turn and goes out that way. And kind of in between them is this huge wall of lava kind of just pouring down.
Interesting. Okay. So, it's basically like a Y intersection. And with my only 120 feet of dark vision, I'm not going to see anything unless I just go down one of these. God. What a way to explore this place. Well, good adventurers go left, so I will go right.
Okay, you go right. The tunnel kind of continues to the right, and then it gently curves to the left, and you find yourself on the other side of the lava wall. And before you, you see a vast cave, like gigantic, reminiscent of the one where the Magi had their tower, but not the same one. You can see that there is a ceiling on it. No, you can't see it. You don't see light, so you assume there's a ceiling on it.
Okay.
There you go. Logical explanation.
Yep, makes sense.
You see all throughout there is lava pouring down at like random spots. The bottom is kind of filled up with lava, kind of gives off a little bit of light, not that you can see it at least. There are there's these large kind of luminescent blue mushrooms everywhere. On the far side of the cavern, you can see all lit up is this colossal black stone keep, and there are fire giants throwing rocks and shit at it.
Throwing rocks at it?
At it. There's about 7 of them that you can see.
So it's like a huge open cave with lava pouring in, and an obsidian stone keep.
You aren't entirely sure what stone it's made of, but you could assume it's very black.
And a black stone keep, that's the word. Alright. How long? So this is, would you say, like 40 minutes of my arcane eye?
Yeah.
Because it probably would have taken 10 more from the intersection or something.
Sure.
Okay. How expansive is this room then? It's that big that it can accommodate
Huge.
7.
It's
massive.
colossal.
Ooh, like I can't even see from one wall to the other.
Yeah,
Wow.
if it wasn't for the mushrooms and stuff in here, you wouldn't see anything at all.
Okay. Jeez. Well, they're throwing rocks at this, so I need to go and figure out what's in it. I would imagine it's nothing that's going to want to be pelted by rocks. So I'm gonna float in to see if I can find like an entryway or something into this keep, this colossal keep.
So you fly closer. It doesn't take you very well. It takes you quite a while. That's another 10 minutes across this cavern.
Okay.
As you get closer, you can see the giants are like relentlessly picking up rocks, and if they can't find them, they kind of just rip up the ground until they can get a large stone to throw. You can see now atop the battlements of this large keep are these dark-skinned individuals with bows. They appear to be firing arrows and stuff back at the giants.
Would I know of this race of individuals or creatures?
Yeah, definitely. You would know that these are drow.
Okay.
Them dank elves.
Dank elves. Okay. So it's a drow keep. What is it doing down here? Clearly they're feuding over something. They're shooting arrows at each other and throwing rocks. Does it seem like one side is winning over the other?
No. 99% of the rocks that the giants throw kind of impact the wall and then explode, almost like the keep is enchanted. Like there is no damage to the stonework at all. And the arrows the drow are firing don't seem to find much purchase in the fire giants' full plate.
Alright. So I had an impasse. Okay, that's good. Nothing's changing over by my normal body, right? Like I can keep both cognitive focus at the same time.
Yeah, nothing's happening. You're just
Okay.
kind of chilling on this bridge alone.
Okay, cool. Oh god. These tunnels are expansive. So I followed that one. Does that one at the very beginning, when right where I threw the rock and he pointed up at me, was that 2 basic directions, or was that just like this was where the end of like it was a one-way tunnel?
Right. So from the tunnel where you are currently above, it goes 2 directions.
Oh,
You follow
God.
him one way to a 4-way intersection.
To another 4-way and then to a
He
Y.
went left.
Oh yeah, no,
First he went left, and
Mm-hmm.
then from that 4-way he went to the throne room and got killed.
yes.
And then you went right of that to where you are now.
Yes. I have a list going on the notes pad.
Eh,
Oh, God. Because I'm not going to get this eye anywhere useful. Because this is the remainder of this. I guess I'll spend the next 10 minutes with this arcane eye searching around to try to see if I can, I don't know, find anyone that might seem important or see anything of importance in it.
From the keep or from the giants or both?
Inside the keep specifically.
Okay. So you kind of just drift in. You find like a cracked door or a door that's open even.
I would imagine the drow had to come out from somewhere, so.
Yeah, you can see every once in a while other ones step out and some retreat back inside. So you sneak in with one of them.
Okay.
You make your way around. It is like a labyrinthine fucking keep. There is no rhyme or reason to any of the hallways or anything at all. But eventually, you make your way in about 5-ish minutes, so you got like 5 left, to this kind of like a war room. Big, empty, circular room. There is like a giant stone plinth in the center of the room, probably about 40-ish feet across. On it lays a large map of the cave. There is a drow woman wearing half plate. Her white silver hair pulled up in a ponytail behind her. She is leaning over it and she is discussing stuff with some other drow in the room, pointing at it and stuff.
I can read Elvish. Can I understand the table or the map if they have one of what they're pointing at and doing things with?
The map itself doesn't have much in the way of writing on it.
Okay.
But you can see that they have a name for their keep, the Black Wall. And behind it, so the way the map itself is kind of shaped like an hourglass. So the cave kind of comes to a focal point. The keep right in the center of the focal point, then extends out the back again. And they have little tiny markers for the fire giants that are out and about. They don't have much in the way of writing or anything on it. It appears to just be a simple map
So it's like a map of the underground?
of this cave in particular, and you assume a cave behind it. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't be drawn on the map.
So like it's a map of, does it like end at this keep, or is it behind the, like, I'm trying to ascertain whether or not this map might be useful, because I have 5 minutes left and maybe I can try to forge another duplicate of
Useful? Probably not.
it. Okay.
Not for what you would need a map for.
Okay.
Kind of just gives you the general layout of the cavern, but there's
okay.
not much in the way of like notable landmarks or anything.
Okay, gotcha. No, that's fine then. And these two are basically pointing and...
Yes, they're talking in very feverishly,
Okay.
trying to get lots of information across very quickly.
Okay. Well,
You can see at the far end of the room opposite where you came in, the double doors burst open and a lot more drow burst in, and they make their way through the room out to the front.
Out to the front?
Out to like the battlements.
Okay, so they can go shoot more arrows and throw rocks. Okay, well, I will dismiss that arcane eye, I suppose.
Okay.
So what I've learned is what? There's a hierarchy of the fire giants. They don't have good relations with the drow, so that's a possible point of use. Could possibly exploit their hatred with the drow to get in with them, or I could do the vice versa with the drow. Let me mark this down in like a journal. I'm gonna open up like one of a few pages that I have, jot down some notes on it. I'm basically going to use a number of parchment from my forgery kit to jot down like my own kind of map of the situation with my arcane eye.
Okay.
So
like a map of the caverns and stuff. Tons.
Of what I've explored, sort of deal.
Right.
I don't feel comfortable going in again. I have a few ways that I could do this. I could go in myself, but if I find someone, then I'm going to be in deep trouble. Okay, I have a few things I can do magic-wise. Let me look at what this spell does again. Okay. Okay, interesting. So if I do that, ooh, okay, this can be something. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix these. Oh, by the way, it has a normal vision and dark vision out to 30 feet, not
Not 120.
It changes nothing.
I figured as much. It just means I would have to get closer.
Yes.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to float my way down. But I want to stay relatively at the ceiling of the tunnel with my wings. And I want to I want to trace back to the four-way intersection that I was in before.
The first one or the second one?
The second one. So I'm going to take a very far left from the first four. Unless someone is approaching or I'm hearing things. So I want to keep like an active perception out to see if I'm going to like run into anything.
Okay, make a perception check then.
Okay. 15.
15. As you approach the first four-way, you can hear footsteps coming from one of the other directions.
Okay, then I'm just going to hurry to the far left.
Okay. You round the corner. In giant, you hear some giant behind you yell something at you. Then he starts picking up pace, running after you.
Okay. Why? I can't see him, right, with my 60 feet of dark vision?
No.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place a hand up to the ceiling, and I'm going to cast Meld into Stone, and I'm just going to fall into it.
Okay. You kind of just, like a magnet, kind of just stick yourself to the stone and kind of just sink into it.
Yeah.
You hear him yelling again in giant and stomping. You hear him clawing at the stone, kind of like in front of you.
Oh, did he see me?
Yeah, he was following you. I saw you go up to the ceiling.
I didn't know he could see me.
Eventually he relents because he has no way to get to you and doesn't know where the fuck you went. You can hear footsteps leaving, back the way he came from.
Okay. I didn't know you could still see me. Okay, okay, that's a third level. Oh, funny, Meld into Stone's also a ritual? Shit! Got so many ritual spells. Meld into Stone. Cool. Okay. Okay, so if I can hear nothing, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly form back out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to
You see nothing.
Okay, I'm going to cast Arcane Eye, and I want that to float 120 feet ahead of me.
Okay, so it travels 120 feet ahead, and then you're going to follow it?
Yes.
Okay. So, for the sake of this, you will just control the eye, and we will assume that Anna follows behind anyway.
Okay. So I will follow that until I reach the other four-way intersection.
Okay. Make it there. No problems.
Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is go next to the second one. So I'm going next to the far left one.
The one way we haven't been yet.
Yes, the one we haven't been yet. So very left and then next to left.
Okay. So you do that. Travel down there. This tunnel is not very long. You get to a point where there is like a roaring bonfire in the center. Not entirely sure where the fire is coming from. You haven't seen any fuel or anything that they could use, but it's burning. All around it are large amounts of like pelts and stuff on the floor. You can see about 5 or 6 fire giants in here just sleeping.
Okay, and then I'm gonna back the fuck up because there's nothing else in there other than some sleeping and some pelts and bonfire.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm backing the fuck up. Sleeping quarters. Got that. Again, basically the eye is gonna pass over me, so that way I don't have to do anything or go ahead of it.
You see yourself the way other people see you, and it's not. It feels weird.
Oh,
It doesn't feel
God.
like you at all.
Is that how I look? Really? Man, I need to work on my posture. Oh, maybe I need to clip my nails too. It's been a while. Oh, it's things to worry about later. Oh, wait, I can just do that myself. Subconsciously, I'm gonna look at myself using one of the change appearances just to kind of get rid of the extra blemishes. Just kind of trim my nails and stuff.
You go from looking like a haggard homeless person to looking like you just won the lottery.
Sweet. What a use of change appearance. Okay. So then I'm just going to go to the very far left exit then. To the other one that we haven't gone to in the 4 ways.
That would be impossible, because if you go left from where you're going back to, you'd end up going towards the keep.
No, I mean, like... Okay, then I'm going to go to the right next to this one.
Okay, so you go back the way you came to the first 4-way intersection.
Wait, what? I thought I went from the one next to the far left entrance.
Oh my god. I made a mistake.
Okay, so entering this 4-way. From left to right, it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I've gone through 4, and that was the
3.
throne.
1, 2, and 3, because 4 would be the way you're coming from.
Oh, I have been misinterpreting this entire time.
It's a 4-way intersection.
Okay, I see. So there's only 4 entrances. I thought it was another 4 directly in front of me. Okay, so it's only 4 entrances.
God. I don't have enough brain power to manage all those rooms.
Okay, so it's 3 and 3 then, is what you're saying. 3 new entrances and 3 other ones.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Then what I'm gonna do is go to the I'm gonna go so it's left, middle, or right, basically.
Yep.
Okay, then I'm gonna relabel these. I'm gonna say middle for the Y intersection. I'm gonna go down that one.
Okay, so you head back there to the wall of magma.
And I want to take a left on that one.
Okay, take a left. This tunnel curves to the right, and you find yourself about halfway into this large cavern.
Okay, so it just leads to the same kind of large cavern, but in a different position.
Yeah, opposite the other one.
Okay, opposite of the other one. So, wait, how did that work then? So this one was like that. Other one was like a huge cone around. Okay, I may genuinely make a map of this when we're off, when we're actually not recording.
It would be very beneficial, I think.
I think so too. I also think it'd be kind of cool. Okay. And this doesn't give me any vantage point on getting to that keep, does it?
I mean, you could just fly there above the giants. The ceiling is pretty high up.
Okay.
Chances are they wouldn't notice you. The drow might, though.
Yeah.
Never know.
Do I want to put my faith in the drow right now? Or do I need to get my bearings? They still heard a creature down here. So obviously the drow would know about it. Or at least know the sound, like hearing the sound. Maybe not know what the creature is, but hearing the sound. Could go back to the other 2 entrances I don't know about. And damn, this is still only half of this. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, so I don't want to go back to the throne. I have no reason to go there. Unless I want to get squashed. Damn, this is tough. I need to figure out if I should just keep going or if I should go to the drow. This is reconnaissance.
What's the move, boy?
I'm gonna go back to the very first the very first 4-way intersection.
Right, so you do a fucking 180, go back to the Y intersection, straight down, straight through the first 4-way on this side to the one closest to where we entered these tunnels.
How much time do I still have on my arcane eye?
Like 20-ish minutes.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I'm gonna go, knowing which direction I came from, I'm gonna use
I'm just gonna go down the middle passage. So the one that's
Okay, so
basically
you just keep sailing straight.
yes.
Make
So
your way.
basically the right side.
Okay.
If I were coming from normal.
Yeah, if you were coming in from the way you entered, this would be the right.
Yes. So I want to go down the middle.
Okay, so you go that way. You travel down, come to this large room space area. It's kind. How do I describe this? So it's like a circular dome room. And there's like the tunnel kind of ends there, and the ground outside the tunnel is like kind of like a crescent. Even though it's a circular room, it's a crescent, and the rest of the room itself is filled with that reddish magma stuff.
So it's like a crescent of land, and the rest of it is the lava.
Yeah.
And I don't see anyone or anything in here, just this lava or this magma.
Just whatever that stuff is, yeah.
Okay, this is an important note to keep at least. Maybe it's their bath. Maybe they bathe in it. Large spaces, room, crescent.
You figured it out.
land.
The dwarves are just stealing the fire giant's bathwater and selling it.
Oh my god. It's like that online Twitch girl.
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going with this whole thing. You figured out my master plan.
I knew
the
it.
dwarves are making big bank.
They're making big gold pieces. Alright. He's just sleeping on the couch. There's a land with pool of magma substance. Okay. Well, knowing that this kind of cuts off short, then I'm gonna turn back around and go to the remaining entrance so basically I'm gonna leave and then go to the right.
Alright, you hang it right. Travel down there, not very far, maybe like 100 feet. Takes a sharp 90-degree turn to the right. And you enter this large area with like a ring of magma around the outside. And there are fire giants forging weaponry and stuff. You see titanic anvils and hammers and stuff laying about.
It's basically a forge. Okay.
Yeah.
This entire time I haven't seen any creatures, right?
Nope, just the fire giants.
Damn. I don't want to go down the other side because I'm going to be running thin on my magic. Then again, knowing Jester, he's not going to have the same magics. He's going to have to take things more literal and dangerous. So maybe it would be best if I were to do this now. Or, do I want to leave the talking to Jester either? Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go... Basically, my Arcane Eye is just going to fade.
Yeah. Fizzles out.
Because I'm going to move to... I'm going to go back to the Drow Keep.
Okay. So you make your way back through the 90-degree turn, you take a right, and you travel straight down to the end.
Okay. I'm gonna take it. Okay. So standing in front of this four-way intersection, I take a right, travel down that passageway, and then I take the middle.
Yeah.
From the Y intersection, I'm gonna take the left because that didn't leave me behind the giants. It led me to a different portion of the giants. So then I'm gonna fly as high as I can to make it to the to make it slightly over. But what I want to do, I have anything that can signify my peace? Not especially. Yeah, not especially. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to be as peaceful as I can and just... I'm not gonna stealthily do it. I'm just gonna try to fly softly to them, I guess.
Okay.
How big are the rocks that the giants are throwing?
The giants are pretty big. I'd say roughly about you-sized.
Okay, so bigger than like 15 pounds.
Definitely. Way bigger.
Okay. Then yeah, I'd stealth through. If I don't have, I had an alternative option to protect myself from them, but I don't have that anymore.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm still not. I'm still not gonna stealth. I'm still not gonna stealth. I'm just gonna keep a close eye and make sure I don't get pelted by rocks.
Okay, make a perception check then.
Okay. 12.
Fine, fair. You're flying at a height where you can't really see all the giants, just because of how the cave is.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones beneath you that you can see seem to be completely preoccupied with throwing rocks at the keep.
Great. Man,
They don't notice you at all.
for being quoted as smart, these guys are idiots. Wouldn't they see that throwing these rocks are doing nothing? Maybe it's only a specific kind. Some smart giants.
Make another perception check.
Another perception check? Is this for the drow shooting arrows at me?
No.
Okay. Well, that one was a 19.
19. You would notice that there has been a slight increase into the volume of lava that's in the cavern at the moment.
There's more lava?
Yes, from all the stuff that's pouring into the cave, it seems to be rising just a little bit.
Oh. Oh, they're stalling.
Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna fly still the same pace in, just holding up my arms. That way, hopefully they don't blast me.
Okay, so the way the keep works is there's 3 tiers. The largest tier is where most of the archers are. There's a second one, kind of up behind it, with two towers. There's some archers up there, not too many. And there's a third one way up in the back that doesn't have a top that kind of connects into the ceiling.
Okay, I want to go for one of the towers then. If there's less archers that way, I want to just try to fly in peacefully to them.
Okay, so you kind of just sail in.
Yeah, speaking in Elvish, I'm going to keep saying the word mercy, 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 peace. I'm in peace.
Roll a d20 for diplomacy.
Would that be persuasion? Diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
That sounds like a 4E word or
is a new roll for me. Take that diplomacy.
Well, I definitely rolled a 4. I don't know what to add to that.
Very good. You've done very well. You land up there saying mercy, more yelling it because you're on edge.
A little bit, yeah.
I think that's fair to say.
Oh, yeah.
All the archers around you drop their bows. They draw a hand crossbow from their hip and a short sword from their other, and they point at you with their crossbows and hold their swords ready. There's about 7 of them.
I can see that this keep is under siege, and you're being weighted out by the lava. I want to come to see if I can do anything to help.
They all kind of share glances amongst each other.
I'm gonna fold out. I'm gonna fold in my wings just so that way I don't look like I'm gonna flap away at any second.
I don't have a weapon to attack you with. My hands are up. I'm here because I specifically want to help you, because in doing so, that helps me understand these creatures' plans.
One of the drow women puts her weapons away. She kind of stands up and looks at you, walks up to you. How do we know you aren't just some spy?
For the giants?
Or the dwarves?
You don't have the best acquaintances with the dwarves either, I see.
No, the Underdark belongs to us.
And that's fair.
Neither of them.
I couldn't agree more.
A large rock sails up and hits the topmost section of the keep, splinters into like just a cloud of debris, and it all kind of falls down behind you. None of them move. They seem unfazed.
Seems like quite the nuisance. Like I said, your qualms with the dwarves I understand. I'm not a spy of the dwarves. But I will admit, I spoke to them because they were the first creatures that I found when trying to resolve issues on the surface. I don't...
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Ooh, that one's good. That one's okay, but the good one's good. 22.
Fine. The rest of you stay here. You, she points at you. You're coming with me.
Very well. And I will walk with them.
Okay, she walks behind you. You can tell that she has her sword at the ready.
I
You just
understand.
feel it.
Mm-hmm.
She leads you inside and starts leading you down to where you know that the war room to be. And as you're walking down there, she leans in close. You can feel her breath on your neck, and she whispers into your ear, "If you betray us, I'll sacrifice you to Lolth."
I'm a worshiper of Bashaba myself. I understand when there are those that are rather seen as unruly, and the prejudice that comes with it. Know that I'm not a traitor. I'm here to resolve a problem that just so happens to affect both you and the dwarves. Your resolution with them does not involve me, and I will not interfere.
Keep walking.
Alright, and I will keep walking.
Okay, so she leads you to the war room. You can see this, the lead woman with the silver hair stands up, eyes at you, and then looks at the woman over your shoulder. What is the meaning of this? Who is this? The woman kind of steps up from behind you to your side. She flew in? Yes. It's hard to explain. She has wings. They fold in. I don't know.
I'll unfurl them.
She gestures at you with both hands. Another degenerate made their way here. Lovely. So, tell me, winged one, who are you?
You can call me Anna. I go by a few other names, one of which is Jester. Oh. I can see the current issue. It's very evident. The rising of lava with this keep is putting everyone here at risk.
Yes.
And your land. I've come to assist in your endeavor. I have reason to believe that the fire giants are planning something that's going to affect the overworld, the land above. And as a result, I've come to find out what they've been doing, found them doing this, and have come to seek to help you. I've wanted to seek information, and as a result, if I help you, then I can possibly learn more about these fire giants and their actions. For instance, why they are trying to flush you out.
They are not, as far as we are aware, trying to flush us out. They are attempting to keep us from them. They have taken something quite special to us, very powerful in its own right.
I do not wish to pry, but may I ask what it is?
You're bold, and no. We will not tell you.
Very well.
Just know that it is very important, and it is a very, very bad thing for them to have it.
Would this involve the elemental chaos?
Her face hardens and her brows kind of furrow a little bit. I assume it could be used for such things, but it was never intended to.
That's why I've come down here.
I see.
That exact reason. So if that's true, even though it may not be purposed for such a cause or action, then that's two consistencies
that lead us to believe to the same conclusion. The giants are trying to figure out something that involves the chaotic nature of the elemental chaos. We don't know what, but we need to... But rather, it needs to be stopped for both you, I, and the dwarves.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, baby, come on. Ooh, that's decent. 17.
17. She holds a finger up to her chin. You can see her mulling over everything you've said. Looks away from you. Kind of turns and walks nowhere, really. Kind of just pacing around the room. She looks over her shoulder, locks eyes with you, and smiles. Well. We can't make much progress past these giants. If we open the main gates, they will get in and, well, kill us, quite frankly. We are not the best fighters in close range. We prefer ranged, as you might have guessed.
Mm-hmm.
So us leaving is not an option. You, however, can fly.
Indeed.
Which is quite useful.
It is.
We have no... Very loud.
What was that?
It's very, very loud.
Oh, my apologies. I'm going to attempt to retain concentration. As a boulder collides and just starts shouting from inside the boulder. I rolled a natural 1, so...
I also rolled a nat 1. Either way, you lose. Or no.
No. If that's the case... I'll need...
Control. Lol, there you go. Beautiful. It's right there.
Sweet. Alright, cool. Awesome. Alright then. The odds of that happening are not high.
1 in 400.
Yeah. Yes. Alright then.
I swear those giants and their war cries. Anyway, consider yourself conscripted forcefully.
Alright then.
If you attempt to leave, fine. Just know that there are other ways out of these caves, and we will find you.
I don't intend to leave. That was the
Good.
purpose of me coming down here to begin with. I don't
Well,
have anything to gain from leaving, because then
I don't know you, and words mean nothing.
Actions speak louder, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
This is funny, and it may sound rude, but it's not. I've dealt with a similar situation when I traveled through the Nine Hells. So, if I seem calm, it's because I am. What happened down there is not something that I can necessarily compare to this.
She walks towards you, and you can see that she is roughly about maybe 3/4 of a foot taller than you.
Okay.
Very, very tall woman.
Could have said 4 inches, but okay.
3/4 of a foot?
Oh, 3/4 of a foot. I thought you said a quarter of a foot.
Oh, no,
3/4 of a foot is, in fact, 9 inches.
Look at you. Quick math.
I mean, it's 3. It's 3 times 3.
Anyway, moving on. She walks up to you, holds out her hand.
And I'll hand out mine.
She grabs your hand and shakes it. Welcome. Whatever your name is, I don't really care. We are of House Duskren, and we maintain the Underdark borders.
House Duskren of the Underdark borders?
We maintain the borders of the Underdark.
I will admit I am very naive and ignorant towards what
goes on in the Underdark.
I expected nothing less from a surface dweller.
Indeed. I know that you would have much better ways around. However, I'm the one with the accessibility.
Yes.
What can I do?
Unfortunately, we have no mothers here to help bolster our defenses. They have all been indisposed, shall we say. But yes, for the time being, you are our only asset who can make it in and out of the keep towards the fire giants.
Do you know of any way to halt the flow of the magma then? I feel like that would be able to help, because right now it's rising very, very slowly, considering the large depth of this cave. But eventually it would overtake the keep, I would imagine.
Yes, that will eventually happen, and then it will spill through into the Underdark, and it'll be a very bad day.
Right. So finding a way to halt that should be of the utmost importance here.
Either halt it completely, which I find unlikely. We are in a volcanic area, or find a way to siphon it away, put it somewhere else. At least buy us some time. This is all new. I haven't tried this tactic before.
How long has it been going on?
Several days, maybe?
Okay. I've recently explored their cave system already, and I can tell you that they, at least for half of it, most of it is mundane. Living quarters, a throne with lava spilling in, and something that was quizzical, though, was there was a room that had more or less a beach of this substance. I also know that the dwarves have been siphoning the same substance away from a portal that seems to just everlastingly create it. I'm gonna.
So
Is it really that loud?
it's killing me.
I will put my phone on silent or quieter then. I didn't realize it was that loud.
You disadvantage.
Because it's not even that close to me, unless it's based off this microphone. Like, are you hearing me through the microphone or this microphone? Like, I'm wearing a headset. Do you hear this?
No.
Weird. Okay, so it must be taking in the audio from the microphone that I'm using for recording. That would be why it's so loud, is because it's directly next to it.
You've deafened me.
I will put it down here now, so that way it's nowhere near it. But I want to try to retain concentration again, so I have disadvantage.
Okay.
That's a 5 and a 4.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but you lose.
I would believe that is the case. Oh, goody. Oh. So what was the last thing I said? It was like the dwarves have been siphoning this substance away from the magma, from like a portal that seems to create it. Good to know. Good to know on my part. Okay. Well then.
I was sitting here as I was thinking about what on earth would be going on down here to keep them from just overtaking the dwarves and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, it has to be something else. We're underground, so, you know, the drow have a big presence. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, well, the drow are basically just hell, but they don't want your soul.
Yeah.
They'll just kill you because you get in the way. Oh well, here we are now.
Yeah, now we're fucking with the Underdark hell. God. We can never get away from it. We can never get away from hell.
It's a constant.
Oh, but now I'm thinking there's so much that this has for potential. It's got so much more substance to it now, rather than just what the dwarves
The entirety
say.
of the Underdark is at our disposal.
It really is. We've explored half of down here.
Duragar mind flayers, drow.
I'm not looking forward to the Duragar. That's going to exist somewhere. Because I'm assuming,
based off the information that I'm holding, that there's, because I have an idea of the creature, and I don't think that you would be very happy with it.
I highly, highly doubt that I would be, even if this was a full party.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So if I'm basing it off of that and basing it off of what's in here, this definitely goes further than just the giants' caves.
Oh yes, definitely.
God. Yeah. Well, this is some exciting stuff. We got a lot of information. May not have been the most exciting, but definitely some of the more interesting.
Definitely need it when we're going somewhere completely new, off the cuff. There's no other way we can do it if we don't have ground rules.
Yeah. I'm actually excited to kind of make a map of this, though.
Oh yes,
It'd be kind of fun.
do it.
I mean, I'm gonna do it. I was so hoping at some point you'd be like, yeah, so you went the left exit, so it turns to the left. I'm like, so I've gone in a square, is what you're saying.
I considered it.
So what's the vision of a fire giant if you could see me while I'm still 60 feet, man? They must be able to just see like it's day down here. Ugh.
You never know. Are these just normal fire giants?
Ugh. I don't like the sound of that.
Are they even fire giants?
Also possible. It wouldn't be the weirdest thing, I suppose.
No, I got no idea.
Oh. I'm racking my brain here. Trying to figure out what to do now, since I'm going to be the DM in the next one. Ugh. Well, thank you everyone for listening to another episode of Double Time, the new arc. Gotta figure out some kind of title. Oh no, we got the title, right? We got the, it was,
The Descent?
The Descent. That's right. We're still descending.
Yes.
We're still descending.
We're going to descend even farther. Next is the
Yeah.
Abyss.
Yes. Next is the Abyss. And then after that is, like, what? Hades?
And then somehow we'll end back up in the Shadowfell.
Shadowfell's under Hades. It's like, even the Shadowfell's worse than Hades. Oh. But this is fun. I'm glad we could get back to it.
Yes, definitely.
It was definitely a good break, though, considering everything that was going on and busyness, scheduling.
Busy as shit.
Oh. But got office space now, so I can actually focus on doing some stuff. It'll be nice. I was able to do this whole thing with 2 monitors for once. Got my notes on one, recording software on the other. I need to learn how to use OBS though, and how to record that, because then if I do that, I can actually record music going through that, as well as the fact that I can use a voice modification. I can go through so many different things if I do this. I just have to sit down and figure it out on how I can record it without actually streaming it, because that's one of the most difficult portions, I feel. Granted, I don't know anything about the software, so maybe it's super simple. I just gotta flip a switch or something.
Your guess is as good as mine.
So, I'll have to figure that out, because then if I do that, you may not need to record on your end, because it picks up audio from input sources.
Would the fidelity be as good, though?
I don't know. As a backup, it'd still be pretty good for you to record on your end, just in case. But, again, this is once I figure things out, because I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, that's a future problem.
Yeah, that's a future me problem to figure out. I'll have a lot of time since I'm going to be editing this and an exciting one-shot that was recently recorded.
Oh.
So, I'll be taking a look at all of this. on my own time. So, thank you for coming to this new arc of DoubleTime. It's gonna be exciting, and I feel it's gonna be very drastic in its sudden changes and turns.
Oh yes. Welcome to the machinations of the Drow and other things.
The things that do not like the sun.
Don't you fucking dare.
What,
Gonna be
vampires?
fucking Strahd again. Oh hey, it's me. Long time no see.
It's been like, what, a week?
Oh. Remember when you killed me? That was funny.
It's just Strahd, but it's also Strahd in a red hood who has the arcane prowess of the other. It's every villain ever. It's Strahd, but it's Strahd of Strahd. He's got his own.
Strahd's head in the bag.
I would melt, I think, trying to think of how that would even feasibly be possible. And it's not. We basically wiped Strahd from existence. I don't want him ever coming back.
All it would take is a wish. Smile. No, he's completely gone. His soul doesn't even exist anymore. He's dead forever.
Thank God. Before we ramble on more about Strahd, thank you for listening, and we will see you again on another episode of DoubleTime, The Descent.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.